Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Oakland A's is Alan Wirth, whose record is 2-11 with a 7.14 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers is Dave Rozema, whose record is 12-9 with a 4.78 ERA. And so yesterday we got off the schneid. We put up 12 runs on the A's. It was a victory we needed badly as the Yankees lost. And we pulled ourselves back to within 8 games with 16 games to go. That's including today's game. And so we're in desperate need of winning today's game before we go on a long road trip. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10-game road trip. So we are down to our last opportunities here. And so having said that, we do have all of our bullpen available today. And in fact, in yesterday's game, Milt Wilcox threw his first complete game of the year. So the bullpen wasn't even used yesterday. Today, we've mixed up the lineup, much like we did in yesterday's game. I have Marty Castillo in at catcher, and Dan Gonzalez remains our DH. He had 4 RBIs in yesterday's game. Tony Armas has home runs in consecutive games against his old team. So we have him in there in center field, and in fact, I moved him up in the lineup. So other than that, everything else is the same, other than we're resting Whitaker. We put Tommy Brookins in at second base today. So we'll see how this plays out. We're going to go ahead and do the A's lineup rundown. And over here on the right side, you'll see the Topps card that represents that player. So batting leadoff and playing third base is Larry Murray. Batting second and at first base is Orlando Gonzalez. Batting third and in center field is Ricky Henderson. Batting cleanup and catching is Mike Heath. Batting fifth and at DH today is Royal Stillman. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is Tony Phillips. Batting seventh and in right field is Mike Davis. Batting eighth and at second base is Shooty Babbitt. And batting ninth and in left field is Derek Bryant. On the mound for the Tigers is Rozema. Rozema's making his 28th start. That ties a career high for him. He's 12-9 with a 4.78 ERA. Doesn't walk very many, doesn't strike out very many. Opponents are batting .284 against him. He's got no complete games. He's been incredibly solid for us all year. Even though his ERA is a little high, he's been very dependable, especially as a number 5 starter. So Larry Murray leads off the game, and he bloops it into left center field and stretches it into a double. So Murray starts off the game with a 2-base hit, and that'll bring up Orlando Gonzalez. And Gonzalez is going to repeat that action with a little blooper into left center field. Murray scores, and just like that, it's 1-0. So 2 soft hits give the A's the lead. Ricky Henderson hits a ground ball to second, and we turn 2 on that play. So a double play with Mike Heath batting cleanup today. He did hit a home run in the first game of the series, and here he hits a ground ball to short, and that's the end of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the first. Tigers down 1-0. Let's go ahead and do the Tigers lineup now. So we have Alan Trammell batting leadoff today and playing shortstop. Batting second and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting fifth and in center field is Tony Armas. Batting sixth and at third base is Richie Hebner. Batting seventh and at DH today is Dan Gonzalez. Batting eighth and catching is Marty Castillo. And batting ninth and at second base is Tommy Brookins. On the mound for the A's is Alan Wirth, making his 15th start, 2-11. He actually lost 10 games in a row before winning his last game against the Yankees, which was helpful. He has a 7.14 ERA. He's given up 108 hits in 87 innings, almost twice as many walks to strikeouts, and opponents are batting .298. He does have a complete game. So he gives up a lot of hits. He walks a lot of batters. And let's hope we can put some runs on the board against Wirth as Trammell grounds out to his counterpart. It's short. Phillips makes the play. He had 2 errors in yesterday's game, Tony Phillips did. Next up is JT. He hits a ground ball to first, and it's booted by the first baseman, Orlando Gonzalez. If you take a look over here, you'll see the third baseman today is Larry Murray, not a third baseman regularly. He plays right field, but they have him at third base today for whatever reason, and that is a defensive liability that maybe we can take advantage of as Kemp gets walked. First and second now for Gary Hancock, the only Tiger that's got 20 home runs on the year. And he shoots it through the left side. Base hit, and he knocks in a run. So RBI single for Hancock as Thompson scores from second. And it's all tied at 1. Here's Tony Armas, as I mentioned. He has his first 2 home runs as a Tiger in this series, back-to-back games, and he walks to get the bases loaded for Richie Hebner, who does have 1 grand slam on the year. And he has a home run against Wirth from before. Ooh, but it's a ground ball right to first, and that's a double play. So we put a run on the board, even the game up at 1. And we go to the top of the second inning. Royal Stillman leading off. He's batting .351 overall as he hits a fly ball to center field that Armas makes the play on. And we go to Tony Phillips, who hits a ground ball to first. So 2 down for right fielder Mike Davis. And there's a ground ball. Base hit into center field, just past Brookins at second. Brookins not a second baseman, but he is playing there today. He's got above average rating at second. And Davis steals second base on Marty Castillo. So runner in scoring position for Shooty Babbitt. And Babbitt hits a ground ball to Brookins. Oh, man, Brookins boots it. Come on. So, yeah, he's playing out of position, but, I mean, he's still a solid defender. So 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Derek Bryant. And Bryant hits it right back to Rozema, and he makes the play. We get out of the inning, go to the bottom of the second. 1-1, Dan Gonzalez leading off the inning. Oh, they hit him right in the knee after he goes 3 for 4 in yesterday's game with those 4 RBIs. So maybe that's a little bit of revenge there. Next up is Marty Castillo. He played third base in yesterday's game. He's behind the plate today. And the second baseman, Shooty Babbitt, drops that pop-up. So 3 errors combined. And we're not even through 2 innings. So we're going to go ahead and test out that third baseman. We're going to put out a sac bunt with Brookins, who's only batting .158 versus righties. Let's see if he can get the bunt down. Nope. He pops it straight up to the catcher. And there's 1 out. So that did not work. Runners at first and second still for Trammell. And he hits a high fly ball to left field. That's not going to be deep enough to get Gonzalez to third. And we're not going to risk getting thrown out at third for the third out. So that'll bring up JT with a chance to drive in a run, and he hits a fly ball to center field. So we get the first 2 runners on. The sac bunt doesn't work. and a couple flyouts, and we go to the top of the third. Here's Larry Murray leading off the third inning. He shoots it to left, and Kemp will make the catch for the first out. One down. Orlando Gonzalez up next, batting .303 versus righties. He hits a ground ball to Brookins. He fields it cleanly this time. So 2 down for Ricky B. Ricky. And he hits a ground ball right to Hebner. And Hebner, what does he do there? A fielding error. So there is the 4th error in the third inning, and you know Ricky's going to be going. He's on 58 stolen bases right now. Nope. I guess Ricky was not risking it against Castillo. And he flies out to left. So the errors have not haunted us yet. And we've also not been able to really take advantage of them against Alan Wirth. A ground ball to Murray at third. And Murray makes the play. So 1 down for Gary Hancock. And there's a ground ball past Orlando Gonzalez at first. That's only the 2nd hit for the Tigers. It seems like more with the 2 walks and the hit batter that Wirth has given up so far. Oh, I thought Armas was going to crush that curveball. And there's the 3rd error on the ground ball back to Wirth. He boots it, and it's 1st and 2nd now with 1 out. 5 total errors. Crazy game so far. There we go. Finally, we're going to make him pay. Excuse me. As Hebner gets an RBI single to center field. 1st and 3rd now for Dan Gonzalez. We're going to let him swing away. And he hits a fly ball to center field. That should score Armas. It does. He tags up and scores. So an RBI for Gonzalez on the sac fly. And that's 2 down now for Marty Castillo. And there's a base hit into center field. So we're getting to Wirth here in the third. It's 3-1 now. And we're going to let Brookins swing away. He gets a base hit to left. Knocks in the 4th run, and we're not going to risk being the 3rd out at third once again. So 4-1 Detroit. 2 down, 1st and 2nd now for Trammell, and Trammell walks. It seems like it should be more, but Wirth is only at 54 pitches. And here's the lefty, Jason Thompson, 0 for 5 against Wirth. And make it 0 for 6 as he hits a ground ball to short, and there's the 3rd out. So we put a 3 spot on the board in the 3rd. And we go to the top of the 4th with Royal Stillman leading off. And he pops it up into foul ground on the first base side. Catch is made by Thompson for the 1st out. Next up is Tony Phillips. There we go. Phillips got a base to left field. That's the 1st hit in a while. 4th hit overall, and now the A's at least have more hits than errors now. So 1 down, runner 1st. And there's a line shot into right field. Phillips holds at 2nd base. And the A's have a little bit of a rally going. So with 1 down, Shooty Babbitt's up next. And, oh man, on the inside curve, he shoots it into center field. It gets all the way to the wall, and that's a 2-run triple for Shooty Babbitt. And he's the tying run at 3rd base. So we're going to pull the infield in. Rozema is not a strikeout pitcher, so we can't count on him blowing him away. Doesn't matter as the number 9 hitter gets a base hit to center. And then he's thrown out at 2nd base trying to stretch that into a double. But the damage is done. It's all tied at 4. We're back to the top of the lineup with Larry Murray, who hits a ground ball to short. Oh, come on. Trammell boots it at 6 errors as Trammell throws the ball away, and Murray takes 2nd base. 3 errors for the Tigers, and none of those are unearned runs. Seems hard to believe as Gonzalez gets a base hit down the right field line. Murray scores, and Gonzalez is thrown out at second base by Gary Hancock. But the A's take the lead. Unbelievable. 6 errors total, 9 runs, 13 hits between the two teams. And there's the first strikeout for Wirth here in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, back-to-back Ks now. Now Wirth is Cy Young all of a sudden. And Tony Armas hits a fly ball to center field. So we can't answer the 4-run output of the A's. And we go to the top of the fifth with Rozema at 73 pitches. And a base hit to center field for Rickey Henderson. That's 9 hits. The A's are now unstoppable. See if we can't turn 2 with the slow catcher. Well, we won't need to as Henderson steals second base. So we're going to pull the outfield. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. If there's a base hit, Henderson's probably going to score no matter what. And fortunately, Heath pops it up on the infield. Caught by Trammell. So 1 down, runner at second base. Here's Royal Stillman, 0 for 2 today against Rozema. And Henderson steals third base. So we've got to pull the infield in. Can't give up any more runs at this point. And there's going to be a sac fly to center field. And it's another error by Tony Armas. What is going on? There's 7 errors in this game. So that is not the second out as Armas drops the ball. So that brings up Tony Phillips with Stillman at second. And Phillips hits it right back to Rozema. Stillman takes third. It's 2 down. Here's the left-hander, Mike Davis. He's 2 for 2 against Rozema today. Make it 3 for 3, and there's the 7th run. Oh, wait. No, he was caught by Hancock. I thought that was going to get down. Okay, well, I mean, another run on the board for the A's. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're down 6-4. And I have no idea what to expect anymore. Can anybody make a play? As Hebner hits a ground ball past Orlando Gonzalez at first. He stretches it into a double. So we got a runner in scoring position for Dan Gonzalez, who's 0 for 1 today. Did have that sac fly. And there's the 4th walk for Wirth against 2 Ks. So like we said, he walks twice as many as he strikes out. And I'm trying to think if I should do a sacrifice bunt with Castillo, but I think we got to let him swing away. And he hits a lazy fly ball to right. That's not going to be good enough to get Hebner to third. Well, maybe it will be. Nope. As Hebner is thrown out at third base. So an 80% chance with a 65 arm in right field, and it doesn't matter as Hebner's thrown out third. So that was the second out, and there's the third as Brookins hits a fly ball into left center field. So we go to the top of the 6th. We're going to flip it over to the in-game stats. So far, player of the game, it's got to be Hebner, right? I know Gary Hancock's 2 for 3, but I think Hebner has 2 doubles. So we're going to let Rozema start this inning, although he's been really horrible. There's a base hit to right. And come on, the 5th error, 8 errors total. This is ridiculous. This is stupid at this point. And there's a base hit up the middle. Babbitt does not score. 11 hits for Rozema. So we got to take him out. I mean, this is just incredibly stupid and really frustrating as we're trying to stay in it, but I think the game has it out for us here in September. It's a conspiracy theory. We got to pull the infield in. And Larry Murray actually bats better from the right-hand side, but he's only batting .205. And Murray hits a ground ball to second base. Oh, what do you know? They made a play as they go home to get the lead runner. So it's one down. Here's Orlando Gonzalez batting 170 versus lefties. And he strikes out. And that will bring up Ricky Henderson, who's a righty. He's got 2 stolen bases today, too, with a base hit. Batting .331. Yeah, we're going to take Schatzeder out. And we're going to bring in, well, 6th inning. So let's go to Andy Replogle, who has been a nice surprise in the bullpen. And he's going to face Ricky Henderson, who's a .257 hitter versus righties. And there's a base hit to center field. And there is the 7th run. It's 7-4. Runners at first and second. What's the odds that Henderson will steal second base? Nope, pass ball. And the run scores from third. And it's 8-4 with Ricky Henderson on second base. And Heath hits a fly ball to left center field. I was almost certain that was going to fall in. And it's 8-4, and we cannot get anything going against this guy who's got a 7.14 ERA. There we go. Trammell, home run to left center field. I mean, this Trammell might hit 20 home runs. That's his 18th on the year, which is easily a career high. So it's 8-5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. That's the 5th walk as Thompson takes first, and they're bringing in a question mark guy named Terry Enyart. So he pitched in the majors in 1974 and never pitched again until the A's are giving him a shot here. 48th game, 3-8. ERA is 6.85. He's given up 11 home runs in relief. Opponents are batting .287 against him. Somehow he's got 7 saves out of 11 opportunities. Here's a double play candidate, Steve Kemp, who hits a ball right to the second baseman. Oh, man, that should have been 2. So, yeah, our lefties lineup here is going to struggle against Enyart. As Hancock strikes out for the second out, it's going to leave it up to Tony Armas, who grounds out to short. So at least we have as many runs as errors now, which I guess is something, right? So we got 3 lefties coming up. Well, I guess Phillips will turn around. So we're going to bring in Comstock. Again, Comstock's been up and down all season. He's had some really good outings, and this is not going to be one of them. As he walks Royal Stillman to bring up Tony Phillips, who is only batting .193 versus lefties. Phillips hits a ground ball to first, and they do turn 2. So a double play clears the bases for Mike Davis, who hits a high fly ball to left field. 344 feet, caught by Kemp, and they're going to bring in a third baseman for defensive replacement. It's Wayne Gross, probably their best hitter, really. And so that brings up Richie Hebner, who is a lefty, facing a lefty. Not a strength here. So Hebner grounds out to short. Dan Gonzalez against the lefty gets a base hit. Gonzalez is looking like a keeper, as we're going to say no. We're not going to stretch it right now. We need a miracle. And the only way we're going to get that is let him swing away, as Castillo pops it up on the infield. Oh, and there's another error. as the catcher, Mike Heath, drops the pop-up. And it's first and second. 9 total errors. 9 total errors. Now, Tommy Brookins hits lefties pretty well. It's first and second now. And he hits a high, deep fly ball to center field. 436 feet. 4 feet shy of the fence. And everybody tags up. And I like that. That gives Trammell a chance to get us within 1. He hit a home run his last time up. And he shoots it into center field, and it's caught for the 3rd out. Another missed opportunity. So Keith Comstock does a reasonably good job. And we're going here to the 8th. We're going to bring in Dave Tobick. Dave Tobick has been terrible. But he strikes out Shooty Babbitt for the 1st out. Strikes out Derek Bryant for the 2nd out. And now we've got lefties. So we're going to bring in Pat Underwood, who hasn't pitched particularly well since coming back from injury. But he's going to get Gross to pop it up to second base. Will Brookins make the catch? He does. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and we've got all these lefties coming up versus the lefty. And in good conscience, I cannot let... it's thinking. Are they going to replace the pitcher? They do. Wow. They're going to take out the lefty to bring in the righty, Jeff Jones. He's a rookie, making his 4th appearance. A 6.75 ERA. Opponents are batting .294 against him. He has a save. Jeff Jones, in the future, is a Tigers pitching coach for a few years. So there's that connection there. We're going to let Thompson bat for sure this time. And it gets the same result, 0 for 4 on the day as he grounds out to shortstop. Let's see if Kemp has a better result. Nope, strikes out. Swinging, and so 2 down for Gary Hancock. He's 2 for 4. Ground ball to first. Well, we're going to the 9th inning, down by 3. Orlando Gonzalez leads off the inning. He's a lefty, so Underwood's going to face him. Gonzalez hits a ground ball to short. There's 1 out. And we're going to bring in should we bring in the closer down 3 runs? Probably not, but, I mean, who else are we going to bring in? I guess, you know what? We're going to bring in Dan Petrie. He did well in his last appearance. So Ricky Henderson will greet Dan Petrie with a ground ball to first. There's 1 down. Next up is Mike Heath. Heath hits a ground ball to short. And that's the end of the inning. So this is it, folks. Season on the line. We have Tony Armas, Richie Hebner, and Dan Gonzalez. And so Armas, there we go. 3 games in a row, all against his former team. And that'll bring us 1 run closer. As the score is 8-6, that is the 14th home run of the year for Armas. I don't even have to look. I know that for sure. Richie Hebner hits a line drive to center field. There's 1 out. So Dan Gonzalez now, 1 for 1 on the day. A sac fly and a walk. And he's going to pop it up into shallow center field. It's 2 down. We're going to take out Castillo. And we're going to bring in Kirk Gibson. This would be normally the role that I'd pinch hit with Champ Summers. But we're looking to the youth. We're probably out of it. I mean, we're not mathematically eliminated or anything. As he walks Gibby. So Gibby's on first, and we can't put Brookins in there. I guess now we have to go to Champ Summers. So 2 down, runner on first. Champ Summers is the tying run. And there's a defensive indifference as Gibson takes second base. So will he walk Champ Summers to get to Trammell? And there's a base hit to left field for Summers. Gibson scores. And we can't leave Summers in there. We got a pinch run for him. We're going to bring in Bob Baylor, fastest guy on the bench. And it's Trammell, who's only batting .258 versus righties. Should I steal with Baylor to get him in his scoring position? I think we have to, with the righty on righty. This could be it right here. It's a risky maneuver, and he takes second base. So Baylor is in scoring position, season on the line. I said it before. I really mean it. Trammell strikes out, and that's the ball game. Tigers lose 8-7. We lose 2 of 3 at home against the last place team. And folks, let's take a look at the standings. 9 games back. 9 with 15 to go. So, yeah, not looking good. Really, the race is probably over in the American League and National League. I'm sorry, American League East, American League West. The National League, there's still a race in the West between LA and Houston, only 1 game difference. And technically, Montreal and Philadelphia are looking pretty strong in the East. But I think the American League is done, and that might have been it for Detroit. Nothing in the transactions to be concerned about. We got a day off tomorrow. And then we have to go to Kansas City to play the Royals. The Royals with cheese. And we'll pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. Thanks again for watching, everybody, as we're coming down to the wire here. I appreciate everyone who's followed along. If you're new to this channel, and there are several new subscribers, I will be doing a 1981 season, which is this year where they had the strike. So it'll be a shortened season, and there will be some new features that I'll be adding, which we'll talk about at a later date. So look at this, guys. 5 errors, 5 different players, 4 errors on the A's. Alan Wirth gets back-to-back wins. Jeff Jones gets the save. Dave Rozema started out strong, gives up 8 runs, 5 earned. Bullpen, good. Pretty good, actually. Home run number 18 for Trammell, 14 for Armas. 3 games in a row. Hopefully with the day off, we'll get another run from him. That's awesome. And, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else. Player of the game, I didn't even mention that. Sorry, who was the player of the game? Shit, I don't even know. I mean, I guess Trammell hit the home run. Summers had that strong pinch hit, gave us a chance. I have no idea. I guess we're going to give it to Gary Hancock, who the cleanup hitter, got a couple hits today, knocked in a run. So that's it here from Detroit. We'll be back tomorrow with